Oh, hello. Good morning, BBs.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early. Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni, and I'm apparently going through second puberty.
Yeah. When you said it's
too early.
It just felt like you really meant it this morning. It is too early
It
today.
truly is too early. I want you to know that how well I'm dressed is inversely proportional to how tired I am.
Oh, yeah. If I'm dressed well, I'm usually the most tired.
If I'm dressed well, I'm hiding.
Exactly.
I'm hiding in the closet.
Well, hi.
I'm hiding in the closet.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, we have so much to go over. We do.
Happy Chris Pratt Day.
Did you say your name?
Hi, I'm Anthony Carboni.
No, I'm saying
No, I did. I said I'm Anthony Carboni, and I'm going through second puberty.
Oh, yeah, I was distracted by your second puberty. I didn't say my name.
I've been very distracted by my second puberty. I have a lot of feelings and a lot of urges that I don't recognize.
It is exactly 8 a.m. If it is not exactly 8 a.m. where you are, you should have your time adjusted. And there was an intro clip. You just missed it.
Second puberty is when you remove your carapace and come out from your exoskeleton.
We've got a lot of news. We've got a bunch of news. And for the most part today, we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct. We'll have a couple of other things we'll get to as well. But today is all about the Tendy.
Listen. Tendy got up there. Little Tendy got up there.
On Tendo.
But you said Tendy.
I know.
And that's my preferred way to say it. So
I know,
I'm gonna
use
steamroll.
it for chicken. You can't use it for both.
Lil Tendo
There you go.
got on stage and spit some hot bars.
Mm-hmm.
But there's breaking news.
There's breaking news.
There's big.
Something happened this morning.
There's big, beautiful breaking news.
And
Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We're Whovians in this house.
Of course we are.
We love the Doctor.
We love the Doctor.
We love the Doctor.
Do we have the same Doctor?
Dr. Finkelstein, who's helping me escape my carapace?
Yeah.
You're too young to crawl out of your carapace.
I'm a David Tennant girl.
You're a David Tennant girl. So
who's your doctor?
Modern doctors, obviously Tennant.
Right.
But my doctor when I was a kid
got it.
Was Davison.
Okay.
So
I did not grow up on the original Doctor Who's.
I was a fifth Doctor person.
Mm-hmm. Can I
tell you a story? A fun story.
Okay.
This will be like Chris Pratt talking about how he saw Super Mario in a laundromat and now he's destined to be Super Mario. When I was a youth, my father and I would watch Doctor Who every Saturday. Mm-hmm. It was on PBS at that point in time, and we would watch wrestling in the morning, and then Doctor Who, and it was all of that was like after cartoons. That was like ritual. And we used to watch the Fifth Doctor a lot. And fast forward to like the 50th anniversary, Day of the Doctor, and I got to co-host the BBC America broadcast, which was like high point of my life. I've been inside David Tennant's TARDIS. Mm-hmm. I've been inside it. Underwhelming. But
the story, so we can get to the story.
This is the story.
Yeah.
I wore, because I was such a fan of the Fifth Doctor, I wore a piece of celery on my lapel. Mm-hmm. None of the producers or the directors of the event understood why I was wearing celery on my lapel of the Doctor Who 50th anniversary event.
Wow.
And I had to convince them.
You're a bigger nerd than the Doctor Who producers.
I had to explain to them and like bring up pictures. I was like, no, trust me, this is funny. This is going to land. And they're like, is it? I don't know. It fucking landed hard.
Congratulations.
Landed hard.
So the reason we are talking about Doctor Who is because the Doctor Who Twitter account about less than 1 hour ago tweeted out that Russell T Davies is returning as Doctor Who showrunner to celebrate the 60th anniversary in 2023. Holy fucking shit!
Now look.
We stand for Russell T Davies.
We do. Listen, we love everything Chris... Well, you're not as caught up on the Chibnall stuff.
I'm not caught up currently.
I like the Chibnall stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what Chibnall was trying to do. Chibnall was trying to rein it in.
And that's not until 2023, so there's still time for wrapping up Chibnall's story.
Yeah, of course. Chibnall was reining everything in after Stephen Moffat turned it into...
a shit show.
Yeah, it was just every actor in every episode had a monologue that seemed like they were trying to get into Juilliard.
I am deeply not a fan of the Stephen Moffat years. I think that there was excellent talent on that show.
Yeah.
That was deeply under and incorrectly utilized.
He clearly there was a staff there that understood how to let actors have fun and how to cast really brilliant people and let them have fun.
Mm-hmm.
There was no semblance of story.
None.
There was
whatsoever.
none. Of course, Russell T Davies was the one who kicked off the modern reboot of Doctor Who with the Chris Eccleston and David Tennant runs. Now, listen, the man's production company is named Bad Wolf. You know he loves this shit.
Of course he does.
You know he loves this shit.
And so do I. He loves it and I love him and I love it.
It's so good. So, according to the BBC, here's what it says. Russell T Davies will make an explosive return to screens to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who in 2023. Oh my God, it's already the 60th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
BBC Studios are partnering with Bad Wolf. He will be succeeding Chris Chibnall, who departs next year. This is not a surprise. Chibnall was under a 3-season contract, so there's no shakeups or upsets there. Mm-hmm. Responsible for Doctor Who's revival in 2005, he is credited with propelling the show into a global phenomenon and making it one of TV's biggest hits, despite the pilot episode being about trash cans that eat people.
Yep.
He still made it work.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I love it.
There's a quote from Chibnall that says, "It's monumentally exciting and fitting that Doctor Who's 60th anniversary will see one of Britain's screenwriting diamonds return home. Russell built the baton that is about to be handed back to him. Doctor Who, the BBC, the screen industry in Wales, and let's be honest, everyone in the whole world have so many reasons to be very excited indeed about what lies ahead."
I'm so excited. This is incredible. I saw Russell T Davies trending on Twitter, and I was like, fuck, what is it? And I was like waiting because Doctor Who does this a lot where they're like, David Tennant is back for an audiobook.
Yeah. Finally, the story of the 8th Doctor revealed in a comic book for children. What?
Right, what? They're always doing shit like that. They're like, we're bringing all of the Doctors together in a picture. For a nice picture.
For Lego Dimensions. No.
Right.
No.
So it took me a minute to believe that this was real, that it was happening.
Stephen Moffat also hates me because I hosted the Lego Dimensions panel. And he didn't like the questions I asked him.
Congratulations. Did you ask him where's Russell T Davies?
They did a thing with Lego Dimensions where they showed the Doctor and then they put in Lego Batman and had them playing together because that was the whole point of Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
And they showed that like all the characters have dialogue that interacts. And I was like, hey, just seeing the Doctor and a moody detective together give you any ideas for something that maybe you want to do, buddy? And he got really mad about that. You're apparently not supposed to ask him about Sherlock and Doctor Who.
Don't ask the man about his work.
Don't ask the man about his work. This is so good. I'm so excited.
I feel like here's what I think. I think probably because I think questions would be difficult for Moffat because I bet people follow him around asking where Russell T Davies is, like people follow Ian around asking where Anthony is. That's the equivalent of where's Anthony.
Just yeah, just hey man. Hey, or just like, hey man, why'd you do that?
Hey.
Or
what?
Knock knock. Just checking in on why you hate women.
Just wondering.
Hey bud. Just wondering if you've heard of a 3-act structure. Pal. Buddy.
And just like he wasn't during the show, he wasn't there for us then. Anyways, let's move on to the central point of today's show. We are breaking down everything from the Nintendo Direct. How's everybody feeling?
Now, I feel pretty good. There are some things. I have some questions. There were some things missing. I will say this, Saige. We, very long ago, made some
predictions.
Some long shot predictions.
And we were pretty spot on. Like, not to flex, but...
Not to flex, but ooh, has he been in the gym? No,
yeah.
He has not.
It was on Monday, right? It was on Monday when they announced it, or Wednesday? I don't know.
I don't know. Been a while.
We did we made some predictions about what we thought we would see here, and I feel like this followed that quite well. I think they watched the show. That's what I think happened.
That's what I think. I think they're watching the show.
So we're going to walk you piece by piece through the Direct and give you our thoughts on it. If you haven't seen it.
So first of all,
for you to go watch.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Now, if you're a Monster Hunter player, you know Capcom don't fuck around with a Monster Hunter expansion.
They sure don't.
They make it big.
They don't, and they didn't.
They go big. I'm very excited for this, even though it is, it's a cinematic trailer. They did the same thing for Iceborne. I'm not worried. I don't need to see more.
No, we know that Monster Hunter is a beautiful game. It's taken really well in a way that I think a lot of people were concerned about on the Switch, of it not being the beautiful game that Monster Hunter has been on PC. I have no concerns.
No.
I have not one.
It's pretty interesting.
It does look lovely. They promised it. They described it as, what did they say? It was like a massive DLC.
Yeah. I mean, when they announced
massive expansion.
Yeah, when they announced Iceborne, Iceborne came out with a very similar trailer. Mm-hmm. They said it's going to be big, and I was like, "But is it?" And then it was. Frickin' was.
And then they were like,
"Frickin' was."
You said, "Is it?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Do you think are we a joke to you? No, the joke add-ons and DLC we do throughout the year. Mm-hmm. This is not like one of the little capsule collections we drop year round. This is the big boy.
Right.
So we're very excited about that. We did hear not more, but the same that we knew about Mario Party Superstars for the most part.
Yeah.
We knew that those boards were coming back. We got a little more detail on which boards were coming back.
Right. This one's my favorite.
I know you love that one. I would have thought that you loved the haunted one.
Yeah, the Luigi's Mansion.
But you probably have the same problem with it that I have, which is that it's a haunted village and they don't call it Luigi's Mansion.
Correct.
That is the problem I have with the haunted board.
Yeah.
You got it. It's right there. Call it Luigi's Mansion.
I think the haunted board predates Luigi's Mansion.
I don't care.
But yeah.
Bring it back and make it, because that's clearly, I mean, come on, make it Luigi.
I like the Horrorland. I just can't help but I think that the cake one, the really pretty one, was more ambitious as a map. It much
definitely
more
was
detailed. It's much more colorful and interesting.
I do love that whenever they mention fun things about the maps, it's all the shit that I hate about the maps. Like, King Boo will just come and take a fucking star from you randomly. It's like, right, that's some real Mario Party shit.
I like this minigame.
The minigame stuff is great. Minigame Mountain, 7 different courses where you can play in big tournaments.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And there's going to be global leaderboards. That seems really fun. The minigame collection is always a great thing for you have a couple friends over and you're not in the mood for structure. You're in the mood for just fucking around.
100%.
It's a real mess around. It's just a real fun, friendly mess around. And we love that.
That'll be available on October 29th, which is coming out very quickly. A little Halloween fun.
A little Halloween fun for you. Now, this next one was one of our long shot predictions. Remember when Mario All-Stars came out, and It was a limited time thing, and it went away. We were like, are they going to bring it back? And we said, no. This was their test to see if they could get Nintendo 64 emulation working well with some nice polishing things if they wanted.
A
little upscaling. We said Mario 64 will never, or Mario All-Stars will never come back. They will add Nintendo 64 to the virtual console to Nintendo Online, and there will be a collection, and Mario 64 will be part of it.
That's what we were hoping, but honestly...
It's not what we were hoping, because what I hoped is that they would just let you continue to buy fucking updated Mario 64.
I guess.
Because remember, you were bummed.
I wanted the port, though.
You wanted the port, but you were also bummed that, like, Mario All-Stars was, like, a limited time thing.
Yes, I was bummed that Mario All-Stars, but, like, I don't mind it with this replacement. I was bummed that it was a limited thing, and there was quite a bit of gap. And the biggest thing was, it's because it was a price jump.
Right.
That was the main thing, is it started out at, like, $29 and then went to, like, 50 or something like that, or it started at 20 and went to 40. When Mario All-Stars released, it was a limited time price.
I thought it was the same price, but it went away.
It got more expensive.
Did it? Was that just people scalping it? Anyway, the big announcement, we're going to find out, but the big announcement was that Nintendo Switch Online is getting an expansion pack.
You can still get it. It's just $60.
Yeah. Yeah, they're overcharging for it now. That's all it is. The expansion pack is going to be Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis.
I squealed at this point in the presentation. It's a limited drop of games initially, but like...
I mean, it'll probably be the way that NES and SNES games are, where they rotate in and out. So you'll get that initial collection, probably. They showed it off. They started by showing off Ocarina of Time, which, by the way, that's insulting, because the rest of it, we'll get there, but it's insulting.
Really?
Because we'll get there as we talk about what else is going on in this. But
I was stoked.
Here it is. Now, what's very interesting is that Mario 64 is not the All-Stars version of Mario 64.
It's because it's still available.
Which is what we also predicted, is they can update a lot of these. Sin and Punishment. Showing Sin and Punishment is such a good move. They could update these. They could give all of these the coat of polish that they gave to Mario All-Stars if they wanted to. But these are going to be the games as they were released.
One of the huge things, though, that we got during this is online multiplayer.
Now, that's a big deal.
That's a big fucking deal. We got online multiplayer.
That's a huge deal.
Mario Kart.
I mean, you've got Mario Kart. You've got they showed off Dr. Mario. They showed off so many things. You're gonna be able to play
Star Fox.
You're gonna be able to play 4-player split screen on these games.
That's so excellent.
I love that.
That's huge. That's the biggest deal of porting these over.
Yeah. Now, if you're an emulator person, you're probably like, big deal, I can already do that. But this is an official way to do it. This is an officially supported way to do it. Yeah. It's a nice thing for people who aren't into emulation. Now, the Genesis is another huge deal.
It is. Very interesting. I was not expecting this. We definitely did not predict this.
Obviously, my 16-bit console of choice. I freaking love the Genesis. I love that all of these games have the rewind. Boy, oh boy. That's great. Now, of course, this does come as an expansion. There will be an additional cost every month for this.
Yes. Think of like your Game Pass, but for classic games.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's a great idea. Now, game titles they said Mario 64, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, Ocarina of Time will all be out at launch.
Winback, Yoshi's Story, and what's this one to the far right?
Sin and Punishment.
Sin and Punishment, yeah.
That's a treasure game, babies. That's you know that gets the seal of approval.
These are all of your N64 games at launch. They didn't say the price of what the new membership would be, but then let's look at the Sega games really quick at launch, because I believe that is next. There we go. That's a great one. You've got Castlevania Bloodlines.
Now Bloodlines is a great addition, and Hardcore is a great addition. A lot of these.
Golden Axe. I played so much Golden Axe as a kid.
I mean, so many of these are out on 100 other like Sega collections,
right?
Or available on a bunch of different platforms. But this is nice that, you know, this is going to be a rotating collection of these, and they're going to add more as they go. God, Gunstar Heroes.
Now,
don't sleep on a treasure game.
I know you're a big Phantasy Star Online person. Do you like the Phantasy Star regular game? The Genesis Phantasy Star?
Yeah, they're pretty all right. I mean, they're pretty okay top-down RPG stuff. I was never an RPG kid as a kid because my ADHD was not diagnosed, and I did not have the patience for menu-based combat. Action RPGs were always my thing. So if I was going to pick a Genesis RPG, I would pick like Beyond Oasis, something or Legend of Senti, or something like that, where it's more Zelda-like.
Okay.
You know, something that's a little more action.
Yeah, we've got Streets of Rage. We've got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Now on the Genesis Mini, you could flip your region from America to Japan, and it would switch Mean Bean Machine back into Puyo Puyo Pop.
Wow.
And I wonder if they do something like that on the Virtual Console.
Very interesting. And then we got the previews of what is to come.
Sure. Now F-Zero Online.
Of course, it started with Majora's Mask.
F-Zero Online is a good. Okay.
Original Pokemon.
Original Snapsies.
Yep, F-Zero.
Kirby and the Crystal Shards, very cute.
Paper Mario.
God, Paper Mario is great.
Banjo-Kazooie was it for me.
Yeah?
I was Majora's Mask and Banjo-Kazooie.
Majora's Mask. Right, yeah, Majora's Mask, obviously, huge fave. Paper Mario, huge fave.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I was a little bit older, and even though I still wasn't medicated, I could do menus a little bit more.
What's this?
Now, haters will say this isn't cool.
This is so cool.
Haters will say,
do not be a hater.
Boo. But here's what we say. Ooh. I fucking love the N64 controller.
I mean, like, look. Do I think the N64 is the best Nintendo controller? No. Is my love for it probably deeply based in nostalgia? Absolutely. Do I want it? 100%. Give it to me now.
I have always loved the N64 controller. Everybody's like, but you need two hands. No, you don't. It was designed to have 3 different play styles. It was actually very unique and very cool and good. Does it make sense anymore today? No. We've standardized what a controller should look like today. Nobody had done this shit. This is dope as hell.
But to be able to play the games on the controller, on my Switch, fuck yeah.
Now, will I be buying one? No.
No?
I didn't buy the NES controllers when they came out with them either.
I don't care as much about the NES controllers personally. I will buy an N64 controller.
Will you?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Absolutely. I don't have nostalgia for NES.
Right.
It is before my time. I have a little bit of Super Nintendo nostalgia, but that was just because it was still in my house. N64 was my first gaming console.
I'll tell you this. The only game that would make me buy it, that would make me think about buying it, would be Sin and Punishment, because Sin and Punishment on a modern controller, they always get it wrong. It was built for that controller, and it works really well on that controller, but I don't think I'm going to play enough N64 for that to be worth it. I have so many different controllers already.
You know that there's no limit of number of times I would like to play Mario 64.
That's true. That's true.
You know my love for Mario 64. And
this is cool.
It didn't feel the same when we played it on the Switch Pro controller.
We played the PC port, and we played the Switch port for Mario All-Stars. And both of them felt off. There was something about the analog, the true analog of the original N64 controller that was over-engineered at the time because it had to be. It was very, like, if you've never played Mario 64 on an original N64 controller, you almost don't have an idea of how well Mario 64 plays.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So I also think the quality of that controller is going to be something that I'm wondering about. They did a great job with the NES one, but the NES one is a much simpler controller. I can't imagine they're not going to use a modern analog stick in that.
Right.
You know?
Nintendo, we're here if you want to send us controllers.
The Genesis 3-button controller, obviously a classic. This is an inferior controller.
Yes.
And the 6-button controller, the first thing I said is, where's the 6-button controller? Mm-hmm. Oh, here's where the 6-button controller is. It's in Japan. It's Japan only.
Why?
The Mega Drive 6-button controller is only available in Japan.
For what?
For the citizens of Japan.
Why? Why not us?
I guess they're better.
Why can't we? Yeah, but why can't we have it?
It's weird. I don't know. And here's the thing about not releasing the 6-button controller. You are now telling me that you're going to limit what comes out on the Genesis Virtual Console, because some of those games
need that
6-button controller. Some of them are heavily limited by the 3-button controller. But hey, I'm not looking at gift horse in the mouth here. I think it's cool that the Genesis is coming in a big way.
Yep.
There was other stuff though. I mean, it remains to be seen whether I'm going to buy the upgraded Nintendo Online, just because I don't know. I just don't feel like there'll be enough. Like, I have emulators and stuff already. I have it all hooked up to my TV, nice and easy. I know that like a lot of people don't, but for me, it's like if you come over and you want to play like an old school game, I got them. You want to play? Hey, you ever heard of old school RuneScape?
We'll see. I will wait to see what the price is because we don't know that yet of what the upgraded membership is going to cost.
Yeah, if it's another like couple bucks, that's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
I expect what does Nintendo's online service cost? $5?
It's $24.90. I think it's $34.99 a year. I think because I just saw the renewal on my credit card, and it was like, yeah, I think it's $34.99 for a year. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
If the update brings it to like 49, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably won't think too much about that.
The next thing that we have here for you is very exciting, and this is something that we were deeply hoping for.
This is not in chronological order of the event.
It's not in order. We're on pressstart.au, and it didn't go in order.
It didn't go in order.
Complete list that I found.
No, it's a very complete list.
So would you like to skip over this one?
I do want to skip because from there they went to something interesting.
We've already gone out of chronological order.
They revealed something kind of interesting. They talked about Smash Brothers Ultimate. Now, all they really said was we're about to announce the last character, the final character. It's been 3 years. We're about to add the final character to the lineup of Smash Brothers Ultimate.
And that Smash Brothers Ultimate will not be included in future directs. This is the end of their updates for Ultimate.
Now, they will usually kick off a Nintendo Direct with the Smash reveal.
Yeah.
And I think they knew that. And I think that, like, when Monster Hunter started and I saw a big dragon and, like, Monster Hunter stuff, I was like, oh, Monster Hunter's coming to Smash.
Right, yeah.
They not only did they put this in the middle of the Direct, they didn't announce it. They're doing a separate stream just to announce the final character, which is very odd and out of place.
There were a couple of things that they were like, hey, we're doing an announcement about an announcement. That was not the only announcement about an announcement in this Direct.
There were some announcements. And this was one of them, but there will be on the 5th, Sakurai is going to show off the final character, and if it's not Waluigi, y'all fucked up.
It's the final character.
You've had 3 years. You've put every fucking character under the sun in this game.
Every sword boy.
Every sword boy and girl from across the vast kingdoms of Nintendo. All the interchangeable waifus and husbandos. Hey, who was the first Nintendo husbando? Who was the one set of footprints? Nobody wanted to marry Mario.
It was the first, I guess.
Nobody wanted to marry Mario. Nobody wanted to fuck until Waluigi showed up. And then everybody was like, oh, the Mushroom Kingdom fucks. I had no idea.
I cannot.
I had no idea. Listen to me very carefully. If it's
Bowser, thank you. Yep. Anthony, look at me. Bowser can get it.
Oh, Bowser can get it. Bowser can get it. Look, just put Waluigi in it. You've heard us for years. For years we've been saying it. Monsters. Anyway, so that's coming out on the 5th. Disco Elysium's coming to the Switch. I think that's great. I think that'll be fun for people on the go.
I want to say maybe in order. We got the Castlevania Advance Collection, which we did talk about earlier this week. There was a leak about this, and it's real, and we love that.
Now, we were like, what do you think they'll include? Is it just going to be the first 2, which they've done before? Will it be all 3? Will it be all 3 and a bonus game? And what would the bonus game be? We were thinking maybe it would be like...
The one from the DS, right?
Yeah, we were thinking maybe it would be like the cool one that's set in future Japan.
So everybody knows and loves Circle of the Moon.
I got mixed feelings on Circle of the Moon. Harmony of Dissonance is where I think they really hit their groove. Circle of the Moon had that weird card system where you just had to grind for hours. And when you're a kid that can only afford one video game, that's great. But when you're playing it as an adult, you're like, fuck, just give me the card I need.
It's almost like it was made for those kids.
Yeah. But even those kids don't have that attention span now.
Aria of Sorrow. It looks lovely.
It's great.
Absolutely will play it.
Which is the first of the future Japan ones, but is not the DS one. Now this, I did not see coming. This.
What system was Dracula X on?
Now there were 2 Dracula X's. The first one was on the TurboGrafx 16 or the Turbo Duo. It was a CD game.
Right.
In America, we got Dracula X on the Super Nintendo. That looks like the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah.
Which is not the best version. But it's cool that it's on there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's exactly it. It was the 3 games and a bonus. It was exactly what we were expecting.
They added an art gallery, which
Beautiful.
we were like, sometimes Konami says you can't even have an art gallery. So it was cool that they added this. They've got a bestiary and an encyclopedia. I think that's fun. You know, they gave it more. They put a little more respect on it than I thought they were going to do.
I love this. I'm very excited about it.
I love this cute little thing with all the heroes at the end.
We're Castlevania fans in this house.
We do. We love Castlevania.
So that was an exciting announcement. I loved that. I was happy that it was real. Obviously, it wasn't super new because that had been kind of spoiled and leaked.
Yeah, you know, it's so that is out already. You can grab it. I want to say the Mario Golf expansion was also released.
We also haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, we pretty much assumed that there would be some Mario Golf.
Yeah, Mario Golf being a hollow, empty shell of a game.
Yeah, they added the Koopa Troopa to it and the Ninja. They added the Ninja to it, which I love. Ninja was my favorite when I was a kid. From Mario 2.
And I'm glad it's a free update.
You know, it's fine. The rush mode, like the actual rush mode, the 4-player battle golf is pretty fun. But it's
little guy. Look at the way he swings. I love that. I love how he just uses one hand and just
he's ninja. He has his little ninja glider.
I love him.
Yeah, he's very good. 2 courses, which is huge.
Yep. Much needed.
I think it's great. You know, this is sort of with what I would call their party games. Mario Party, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis. All these multiplayer fun games. They've really been doing this recently where they release the game, it's pretty bare bones, and they're like, we'll give you some more later. But because they're Nintendo, they don't really tell you that.
Right.
And so you're left thinking that they've only released like half a game.
Right.
It's very strange.
It's been a strange model recently because that's not how they used to release.
No, they used to just release it all at once. But it's a weird thing where it's the modern idea of DLC, free DLC, mixed with the standard Nintendo secrecy.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be a very weird thing.
You were probably hoping for some Legend of Zelda news, I would assume. You technically got some. You got a little more Hyrule Warriors expansion pass content.
More Eggbot story. Now look, there's nothing wrong with Age of Calamity.
No, it's fine.
It's a fun little Warriors game.
It's not the thing we want, so it makes it worse.
You know what we want.
You know what we want, Nintendo.
You show me Ocarina of Time. You show me, well, that is very cute. Baby Sidon is very
really
cute. But you know what I'm waiting for. It's the 35th anniversary, and there's supposed to be a new one coming out. Mm-hmm. They really put all their eggs for the 35th, not their egg robots. They really put all their eggs in the Breath of the Wild 2 basket for the anniversary, and I think it fucked them. I think it fucked them because they had nothing else planned.
I agree. I think the delays absolutely fucked it. So, that's fine. It was a nice trailer.
It looks great. Apparently, Zelda gets the Master Cycle in this DLC, which is kind of fun. That was some fun endgame content for Breath of the Wild. I liked unlocking the motorcycle.
Yeah. We've got one more like big Nintendo proprietary. I think just one more.
This is
exciting.
If you say post-apocalyptic Kirby, that's what's going on in my brain.
And a lot
that's
of people,
my aesthetic.
Yeah.
Adorable post-apocalypse.
Yeah. A lot of people, when this trailer opened, thought that it was Splatoon.
Yeah.
Based on the aesthetic.
They did a
great
great
job. Which makes perfect
job.
sense. I see this and I'm like, yeah, that does actually look like Splatoon.
Even like the imaginary alphabet, they don't go too close on it. Like if you play a lot of Splatoon, you're like, that's not the Splatoon alphabet, but it's very Splatoon looking. An overgrown, beautiful, abandoned city that's set in like it's mid-century modern. Like there are carnival rides and like strange mid-century spaceships and stuff.
Yeah.
This is so good. And the first fully 3D open world Kirby.
That's true.
That's huge.
This is excellent. I'm very excited. I consider myself to be like generally neutral on Kirby. Mm-hmm. I don't have a ton of attachment to Kirby games or Kirby as a character.
I was going to ask because you're a bit younger than me, and Kirby, the Kirby games were always a little young for me. So I was like, but they're good. They're good games. They're just a little too easy for an adult.
Right.
So I was like, I wonder if Saige was into Kirby.
I was not in the sweet spot for Kirby, I feel like. But yeah, I didn't grow up playing a ton of Kirby. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like in playing Kirby, when I brain pictures myself playing Kirby, it's in Smash Bros.
Did you fucking see that?
There are some fun Kirby games that I've played, but I've played them mostly on emulators.
Yeah. I mean, Crystal Shards for the N64 is kind of a lovely game.
What's the Battle Race one?
Oh, right. The Kirby Battle Race one. That was like a DS one? Right?
I don't recall. We played it on emulation at Smosh recently, and it was very fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Somebody tell me what that game was called.
But I know the one you're talking about. And there, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror was kind of cool. There was some fun Kirby stuff. Mm-hmm. But
Star Ride, thank you.
Star Ride.
Air Ride.
Oh, that's the racing one for the GameCube. Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, because there is a 4-player, almost battle smashy one that came out as well. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land looks absolutely phenomenal. I am so excited about it. I love seeing, like, here he had his little Link hat on.
Yeah. Do you know what I love is this is an adorable post-apocalypse.
Yes.
Which I really enjoy. It gives me big Yuji Naka vibes, gives me those big Nights into Dreams vibes.
Yeah.
Like, it's the apocalypse, but it's beautiful and it's pleasant and it's fun. And just enjoy the apocalypse. And I love that.
Yeah, it was Kirby Air Ride. Air Ride was fun.
Superstar Ultra, thank you very much. There was a battle mode in Superstar Ultra, and then they came out with a full one. There's a lot of Kirby games.
I'm very excited about this. A A lot of people were also talking about their love for Crystal Shards, which obviously they're going to get on the N64.
Crystal Shards, it was so beautiful. It was one of the best looking N64 games. But it was just a little too simple for just because I was just a little too old.
Mm-hmm. We expected a big look. This, I think, was next. Mm-hmm. We expected this. Metroid Dread. We knew they'd be talking about Metroid Dread, and they did. Boy, did they.
We're getting close. It's just a couple weeks away now from Metroid Dread. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I still, when they show just large chunks of gameplay, it really does feel like a project that Nintendo was doing internally to just get a better grasp on the Unity, or like on the Unity engine or the Unreal engine. You know what I mean? Like, it has a bit of a we used Metroid assets in a fan game look to it.
It does.
But that's just based on what we're seeing here. Who knows how it feels? Who knows how it looks when you're actually playing it?
Right.
The cinematic kind of cuts from it look really good. In a moment here when they show the different worlds, and they show Samus kind of walking out of the portal for each world. Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
Pardon. See, there we go.
Looks good, yeah. Flannel Fries in the live studio audience says, Vector Man vibes, I'm not angry about it. That's actually pretty astute. I like that, Vector Man. I wonder if Vector Man's going to come to the Genesis Virtual Console. Probably.
Very interesting.
Yeah, like this part here with the doors, like, I love that they're showing all the different biomes.
Yeah.
When it's zoomed in, I love the look of it.
Right, and then you zoom out, and I agree that it does look like a Metroid asset thrown into a fan game.
When it's zoomed out, yeah, it's a little weird. It's something to do with the depth of field or something.
I think it is. I think it's that Samus is so much more detailed than the environment around them.
Yeah.
It's that they put so much detail into the actual character, and then everything else around it looks like it's kind of from a different game. They look like they're from two different games.
It's fascinating. I'm obviously going to grab it. It's going to be great. I love a Metroid, and I love a 2D Metroid, and I love Metroid Fusion. Metroid Fusion might be my favorite Metroid.
Wow.
Oh, Fusion's so good.
I'm not a huge 2D Metroid fan. I'm not a 2D platformer fan.
Yeah, it's not your bag.
Are difficult for me.
But you love Castlevania.
I love Castlevania with a lot of nostalgia and a lot of care for the world. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'll still get annoyed with it when playing it as like a 2D platformer as an adult.
It's one of those things, not your favorite genre, but because the aesthetic hits so hard.
There are times I am absolutely willing to be like, I'm going to suck at this because I suck at 2D platformers, and it's going to make me a little ragey, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Fucking, they brought it back, Saige. They brought it back from the PS1.
This is the thing no one was expecting.
They brought it back from the PS1, and it's here, and I don't know why, but I'm good with it.
Let's see. Chocobo GP.
Chocobo Racing was...
I never played it.
It's fun as hell. I mean...
It looks lovely.
It came out at the time when everything had a kart racer.
Right.
You know, everything.
Sonic had to have one.
Kirby
had to have one.
Kirby had one, but like Mega Man had one.
Right.
Konami had one. They had like Konami All-Star Racers, and like half of the characters were not recognizable to anybody from America.
Right.
But this is everything. You know, Crash Team Racing came out around the same time. What I like about the Final Fantasy, about Chocobo Racing, is the upgrade system for items. Mm-hmm. So in a Mario Kart, you grab a fireball, you have a fireball.
Yep.
If in Chocobo Racing, you grab a fireball, and the next item you grab is also a fireball, it upgrades your fire spell.
Which is awesome.
It's kind of fun. The return of the racing stuff, I feel like we're definitely right around the time where people are nostalgic for all of these. Mm-hmm. Chocobo GP is Switch exclusive, which means they're definitely hitting that retro vibe audience. They don't think this is a wide release.
Yeah.
But it's look, there's no more Mario Kart updates coming out. If you want new tracks and new characters, this is a way to do it. And I bet it's going to come out around $30. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'd say around 30, and that'll come out in 2022, which I think it's going to be very fun. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Another game that we got, which I believe is a Square game.
It is. This is
all around square.
So when they showed the preview of this, it was called Project Triangle Strategy. And they said, don't worry, this title is a placeholder.
And they removed the word project. It's now just called Triangle Strategy.
Perfect. Now it makes so much sense, and it sounds amazing, and I'm super into it. Way to go, marketing team. This is, of course, the continuation of their sort of like Octopath Traveler engine, the 2D, 3D engine that they came up with.
Yeah.
But in more of a tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics sort of style. Dude, if this is your type of game, this looks so good.
This looks really fun to me.
Are you a big turn-based strategy person?
I go through phases of turn-based strategy.
Okay.
I go through phases of it. But I find turn-based strategy very relaxing.
Yeah.
I find it very relaxing. And this game did exactly that for me. They had released a beta previously that people were able to play, or a demo rather, and they gave a lot of updates from the demo. They said camera control is new, difficulty changing, which is new, and we've had a lot of conversations on here of how much of an advocate I am for abilities to change difficulty in games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this looks very, very fun. I think that, like, yeah, I mean, I'm an RPG kid. Of course I love a turn-based strategy, but there are times where I go in and out of it.
It's beautiful.
This is one that's pulled me in the most in a while.
It's gorgeous, and I can tell it's not for me.
Okay.
But I'll give it a shot, but I have a feeling I won't stick with it just because it's not my type of game.
Got it.
So this was something interesting to me.
Yeah.
Dying Light series coming to Switch. So we're getting a platinum edition of the first Dying Light. And then the new Dying Light 2, is going to be another cloud game. I love that they are releasing cloud games, and I love that they are experimenting with this with developers. I will not buy a cloud game on the Switch.
No?
No.
Interesting.
No, because what happens when they decide they don't want to support that cloud game anymore?
And yet you had how many Google Stadias?
None. I mailed them all out.
I said?
Had? Oh, well, they just kept sending me Google Stadias. I was afraid that when I put the Google Stadias in the mail for our lovely winners, that I would put it in, and then cartoon style, 14 of them would come flying out into my face. But that did not happen, luckily.
Great. Dying Light is not my game.
Yeah, you're not a zombie person.
I'm not a zombie person. And if I'm going to play a zombie game, it's going to be Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. I mean, Techland has a great pedigree with this stuff, coming from Dead Island all the way through Dying Light 2. Yeah, but it's not one that I'm super stoked for either. Yeah. And especially as a cloud game, I wouldn't pick it up. Because here's the other thing: if I'm gonna get if I'm gonna cloud platform it, I'm gonna buy it on PC and stream it to something else. I'm not gonna buy it specifically for, the Switch.
Right. We got the Shadowrun collection.
Now, this I find interesting. And right after he said he's not a fan of this sort of game, Shadowrun. Hey, look at that. I do love Shadowrun. I love my cyberpunks.
You keep punching the mic.
You do keep punching that mic. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that all these are coming out. I think it's lovely that you're going to be able to play them on the Switch all in one package. They're really great games.
This top-down art style doesn't do it for me as much.
Oh, the isometric thing? Yeah. It's normally not my type of game. Just talking about like you were with Castlevania, where something is not my genre, but it's my aesthetic and my vibe.
Yeah.
I love Shadowrun.
Yeah.
I love Shadowrun. So I'm pretty excited that those are coming out.
The maps just feel so weird and empty.
They're a little weird. They're old school games.
Yeah.
They're old school games. So, they're building on those limitations, and they're giving them a shiny coat of paint. But speaking of a game that is getting a relaunch here, ActRaiser Renaissance, this surprised the hell out of me.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, I like this. I like that they did this. I don't think it's going to pan out for them.
I don't think think it was a good idea, but I like it.
I don't think it's gonna sell well. I think I think they probably kept very realistic expectations for the numbers on this one. ActRaiser was such a unique game for the Super Nintendo. It starts off, it gives you no idea of what you're getting into, but it basically starts off as like a 2D action game.
I enjoyed this trailer very much.
Yeah. It starts off as a 2D action game, like your standard Super Nintendo side-scrolling action sort of thing, where you're like a knight with a sword. Mm-hmm. And then halfway through, after you finish a side-scrolling level, mm-hmm. it turns into a town simulator. So you're this god that saves towns and villages from evil forces, and you do that as a side-scrolling action game. Uh-huh. But then once you've saved the town, you can build it up like in like a SimCity Harvest Moon style. It's very interesting. It was very interesting at the time, and like this was the time of game rentals, and people like the old style 16-bit rules were after the first couple levels, you make your game X percentage harder so mm-hmm. people will buy it and not just beat it in a weekend when they rent it.
Right.
So a lot of people didn't get past the action stuff and ever see that there was like city building. Yeah. So I think this is great.
I'm excited. I'll play it.
It's very fun. They did not skimp on the art for the remake.
No.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah, here's your little town management.
Yeah, realm management. Come on!
Yeah, that looks awesome. I remember the music being good in this trailer as well. Obviously, we're not playing any of it because Nintendo just loves to hit a video.
Yeah.
Nintendo loves to hit a video.
They sure do.
God damn.
Sure do. This was cute. This was cute.
Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 reveal.
Toby Fox has previously said that Chapter 2 will be free for everyone. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you don't have Deltarune yet and you grab it on the Switch, you get 1 and 2 at the same time. This is the entire trailer. I love that for them.
So cute. And I don't have Deltarune yet, so that's exciting.
Oh, and the Switch is the perfect way to play it, I think.
I completely agree.
Perfect way to play it. We're 3 months away from my Steam Deck showing up.
Wow.
And, also, once my Steam Deck shows up, I'm going to need to get a sling for it.
Uh-huh. Maybe like a Baby Bjorn?
A Baby Bjorn. I will look like a character in Shadowrun with my mobile hacking deck that's the size of my torso.
See, now the problem is if you keep it here, you're not going to look like that. You're going to look like a Teletubby.
Tinky Winky. Remember, all the Teletubbies are vaccinated.
Yes, they are, and they want to collab with Lil Nas X.
The Teletubbies are very good.
We've got just a little more before we get to the one piece that everybody wants us to talk about. We got Disney Magic World 2 teaser trailer.
Are you familiar with what this is?
Barely. I saw it and I went, oh, right.
It's apparently a DS thing.
Yeah.
That's been brought over to the Switch. It looks like a Tomodachi Life / Animal Crossing Lite where you just kind of minigame and visit your favorite Disney characters.
And honestly, it was cute. Let's get into a little more of the actual game here.
I think it's unfair of them to use a Kingdom Hearts aesthetic on Mickey Mouse and not make this a Kingdom Hearts side story game for the Switch.
I do agree. I looked at it and I was just like, oh, is this not a Kingdom Hearts?
When he turns into this anime as hell wizard right here,
right?
I was like, oh, this is a Kingdom Hearts prequel. This is a Kingdom Hearts Gaiden. Oh, Mickey's in Smash. No, none of it.
No.
And also, Mickey can't be in Smash because that spot is reserved for Waluigi.
Correct. And there's only one spot left.
If it's not, what are you going to do if it's not Waluigi?
I'm trying to think of who would be an acceptable person they put in if it wasn't Waluigi.
It would have to be somebody with the same vibe, which is impossible.
Oh, no. That's completely unique. Waluigi is the only one. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else. People were saying Sora, but I think... Was Sora in previous games, right?
No, Sora's never been in Smash. Sora would be interesting.
Sora hasn't made it to Smash.
But I don't need another sword boy. A Keyblade is just an anime sword.
Gotten Sora before a lot of these sword boys.
Something that they did not put a video for in this article, because it was honestly. KOTOR is coming to the Switch.
Yeah, where the fuck is this in this article?
They list in the article, but they don't show the video. And what's interesting is, last week or 2 weeks ago, PlayStation sort of took the wind, I think, out of Nintendo's sails here, because we know that the 4K KOTOR is coming.
Yes.
The complete remaster of KOTOR.
So it's like to play it on Switch with it coming to Switch. It's not the 4K. It's not.
It's the original. It's the original KOTOR. This is by Aspyr. They're making the remaster, but they're also known for making all of the remakes that or all of the ports that have already come out on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So they did the Jedi Knight games for the Switch.
Yeah.
They did Pod Racer for the Switch. If I was Nintendo, I'd be like, Well, oh, well, believe me, if we had told you this 2 weeks ago, it would have been very exciting.
Would have been a very big deal. There's one more piece of games news. It's a little out of order, but they did this whole showcase in the weirdest order. So I'm fine with it. I want to get to the one last piece of actual games news.
Oh, but there's two. There's two. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We saved that for the end. Okay.
Please. So first of all, the kids are. It was right above where you were.
Yep.
Finally, we were like, are we going to see it?
Is it going to happen? We wanted it.
And here it is, the Kirby trailer again. No.
Splatoon 3, babies. Please.
Number one, all you have to say to me is Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say
You're
to me.
in.
I'm in.
Same.
But there were some things that we wanted out of Splatoon. We talked about this. Splatoon 2 flirted with, it winked at,
yeah.
It bought a drink for the idea of a single-player campaign.
Right. I've gotten the Splatoon editions of the last two Nintendo consoles.
They're beautiful.
I had the Splatoon Wii U when I had a Wii U, and I have the Splatoon Switch.
They're unbelievably great. They're
just
great.
Different colored Joy-Cons.
Yeah, it's the Dayglow Joy-Cons. I have them too. Splatoon 3 is finally going to have a single-player campaign. It's the return of the mammalians.
Look at them.
They're so weird.
I love them. I want stuff. I want stuffy.
Yeah, give me. And they really went out of their way, Miles Morales, they really went out of their way to show off the breadth of things that will be in this story mode.
They did.
We don't know if this will be an incredibly long story mode. We don't know how in-depth the campaign it will be, but what we do know is there's a wide variety of things in this story mode. So even if it's a short one, it looks like there will be things to do, It's lovely to see Agents Callie and Marie come back.
This is awesome. This was a good trailer.
It's so good. And of course, the Squid Research Lab presented the whole thing.
Yeah.
I love that dude doesn't break. He refuses to break character.
And did it after the fact. Oh, they don't have it on here, but
he refuses to break character, and we love him for it.
I loved it.
He doesn't want anybody to know the name of the producer of Splatoon. He doesn't want anybody to know that he is the producer of Splatoon. He's just like,
Squid
hi,
Research Lab.
I'm here from the Squid Research Lab. And also, you know how he did the 2 when he renounced? He did this like yoga pose to do a 3 that showed some incredible core strength.
It did.
I love Splatoon. Splatoon is one of those games that really feels like it's from an alternate reality where the Dreamcast is the most popular console in the world. And so I love it.
I can totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I dig it. I dig it very much. I look forward to playing it with you.
Beautiful cartoon characters. The shooting is just for fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Even if you're bad at shooting, if you're on a team, you can just be like, I'm in the corner painting, I'm helping. It's like, yes, you are.
You can have your own role there.
And when you win, it's all about buying excellent streetwear. Yeah. This is a good game.
That's a good game.
I love
Very
Splatoon.
exciting. And I'm excited that we got 2 full minutes of it, which is excellent. We have a big piece of news to get to, but let's get through the gaming news. I'm about to give some unpopular opinions here.
Uh-oh. I honestly, when this came out, I was like, I've never asked Saige, and I'm unsure. I'm 50-50 on how she feels about Bayonetta.
I don't like Bayonetta.
There it is.
I don't like Bayonetta.
I knew you were either going to love it or hate it.
Look. Women?
With you. Yes.
Right.
Women.
Bayonetta? Bayonetta was designed so aggressively to be hot that she doesn't make sense anymore. I think that the character design of Bayonetta is fucking nonsense.
I think the best thing to come out of Bayonetta and Bayonetta's design, and the fact that Bayonetta's legs are 3 women tall, and then the rest of Bayonetta is half a woman tall.
Why is her head so small?
Because she's a witch and it's magic. But the best thing to come out of Bayonetta was Kirby eating Bayonetta in Smash and immediately getting the super long legs.
And that's very funny, but I'm just like...
In the meme. Just in the meme, though, because Nintendo's a bunch of cowards that would never give Kirby the long legs.
Look at this, like, dark, gritty, fucking military look at this game.
Yeah.
Yucky.
Well,
I don't like it.
I
understand that it's broken down by Bayonetta, but, like, the color scheme of this game...
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. Is they're trying to make it look like... Here's a new action game, and then Bayonetta comes out, and it becomes all colorful and whatever. So they're doing something, but I completely understand. This is one of those things.
Give me that close up on her face, right? The part they've cared the least for. Straight ass shot. Okay. They really leaned into this weird, like, hot secretary design that I do not understand.
Yeah.
That pale pink lipstick was the most popular shade at MAC in 2004.
When
Those
Bayonetta came out.
Are deeply impractical. You can update characters.
No, you can. No, but I'm just saying.
The makeup is bad. The design is bad. Her head is too small. It's the glasses. The glasses are so deeply out of place in this character. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Can I tell you, it really does look like she did her makeup for the first time.
Like she followed
she followed a tutorial and she got it pretty okay, and she feels good about it because she's never done makeup before.
And like, look, I would commend that woman if that was the experience, but it's not. This is a Nintendo game. Okay, the bangs, bad. Awful. What is going on here? What's that little piece of hair? Your hair was clearly not cut to have side bangs. Who made this? Not a woman in sight. They didn't look at one single woman.
No.
Never seen a woman before.
No, not Platinum. This is pretty funny. Scott Davis says it's Tina Fey fanfic, and I remember when Bayonetta first came out, I was like, "Is that just a sexy Tina Fey?"
It does look like it.
Is that just like a Tina Fey on date night? Now, here's the thing: the actual gameplay of Bayonetta. It's fucking rad because it's Platinum, which is unfortunate because, like, you could have taken the time. Bayonetta's been gone for a while.
Look at her little fucking
people
head.
have been wondering, where's Bayonetta? What are you doing with it? And this is what they did. They didn't do anything.
Look at her little fucking head.
Which, on one level,
teensy little head.
Yeah, on one level. What happens if you redesign her and then all the old fans hate it and then you don't sell any Bayonetta? But on the other level, like, are you bringing in anybody new with this?
Are people not going to buy Bayonetta because she has a proportionate head?
Yeah, if she has a proportionate head, I walk.
Or, decent makeup. They're not even going to notice. The people, no.
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, the disproportionate things they've talked before, it was supposed to look like fashion sketches.
It doesn't.
But it doesn't.
I agree. She doesn't look like a real human woman in the slightest.
Right.
She is the weirdest fantasy of a woman, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it. I don't play Bayonetta games. I don't want to. There is nothing appealing about it for me because of that.
It's interesting when you think about it in comparison to something, you can say, oh, well, this is Japanese character design. This is sort of what they do with the over-the-top.
I love Japanese character design.
But you think about this in something like versus something like a JoJo, where it's like, because that would be the closest thing, but JoJo is very fashion forward. JoJo makes sense for the characters. JoJo thinks about the motivations of the characters in the world when it creates those things. Bayonetta is definitely like, she was created to be sexy Devil May Cry. Like that was what it was.
You know what
sexy lady Devil May Cry.
She looks like a Japanese animation of an early 2000s American porn star.
Yeah, that's what she is. That's exactly what she is.
And I think that that's fucking a bummer.
Does JoJo fashion make sense? Hair hat. No, I'm not saying it makes sense fashion-wise.
I love JoJo fashion.
Yeah, it makes sense
interesting
for the characters in the world, and they're doing something interesting with it. You know, and there are interesting parts of Bayonetta's design, like the original thing where like hair turns into wings and all kinds of different like weapons, gun heels. I love the gun stiletto heels. Like that's a fun idea. She has machine guns in her heels. Great. But there are other parts of it that like...
Get it? Because she's a woman. Do you get it? Her guns are in her shoes because you know how women are with their shoes? You know, ladies.
I mean, she has regular guns too.
You know
Astro Boy's got a gun in his butt.
You know how ladies? I hate it.
You know how
I hate
kids...
a game that's so obviously not a woman in sight, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But you know, here's what's up. It's a very popular game. People have been waiting.
It's so dark and
people have been waiting for Bayonetta to come back. People have been waiting for Platinum to come back. They've been wanting a big Platinum game on a Nintendo platform, and here it is. Here it is. There's a lot of weird shit going on.
I think the environment is lazy looking.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like a game that was begun for a previous generation, which it was. It looks like it's just using a spiffed up Bayonetta 2 engine. It's, you know, it is what it is. I'm watching the gameplay and I don't understand how to play this. I think that's the biggest thing, right? The biggest thing is just, as far as gameplay trailers and reveals go, bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Bit of a mess.
I think that trailer was a mess.
If you understand Bayonetta, you probably understood that whole trailer. If they're if they're looking for new players, I don't think they're getting them. We did skip over one thing I just want to mention real quick.
Oh, right.
Voice of Cards was a real quick thing that they just snuck in, which I looked at that I was like, okay. It's
pretty.
It's pretty. They're spending a lot of time on this, and I don't understand why they're spending a lot of time on it because, I mean, it's a clever, interesting. Everything is cards. It's a card-based strategy game,
right? Which we're seeing a lot of right now.
Yeah.
Of cards not just being a mechanic, but instead an actual aspect, and that was it.
But the reason they spent so much time on it is because that's a Yoko Taro game.
Which is very interesting.
This is something Yoko Taro is making in his spare time, in between Nier games, just messing with a little strategy game.
And I can dig it.
So because it's Yoko Taro, you're like, okay, Yoko Taro knows that there are a lot of card games out right now. How's he going to be playing with this genre?
And I'm open to it. We don't know much yet. But it definitely plants a little bit of trust in that kind of game. Additionally, we got an announcement of an announcement again. We did get the Animal Crossing Direct announcement.
Baby! Brewster's back! The cafe is open for business! What have we been asking for?
Now, we predicted that there wouldn't be Animal Crossing in this.
We did say that there wouldn't be Animal Crossing, so we were wrong. But we also said months ago, the coffee shop's coming.
Yeah. So in October, they didn't give us a date for the Direct, but they did say that in October, we would get a specific Animal Crossing Direct. They were like, don't worry, more content is still coming for Animal Crossing. We'll give you more details then. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we got for that. But the final piece of news, of course, that we have to talk about.
I want to find the exact moment. Because I laughed. Saige, I laughed so hard.
I mean, here it is. It's
here it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Ears for sound.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think we should have sound for this one.
No, it's very important for this to land. Let's just enjoy this beautiful moment.
So, at some point during the Direct, Shigeru Miyamoto came out.
Mario's dad.
Mario's dad, of course. And they were like, hey, Miyamoto wants to tell you about something personally. And we were like, what's he want to tell us about? What does Mario's dad have to say?
What does Mario's dad have to say?
You know what? Let's just watch it together.
Let's just watch it together as a family. We gotta.
Okay.
Izumi-san. Oh, Miyamoto-san. What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping I could step in.
Oh, of course.
Hi everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. We've previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and its CEO and producer Chris Meledandri-san, who are known for movies like Despicable Me and Sing.
God,
and making
Japan loves
animated
Minions.
Mario movie for
They
the
really
big screen.
do.
Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da!
Holiday 2022, very
Perfect.
exciting. Oh my
The
god.
movie
Perfect.
will be
Take the whole
released in
family.
theaters on
Wow,
Holiday
can't wait.
2022. The release date for North America is on December 21st.
A
and
nice
we'll be
holiday
announcing
movie.
release dates
Love
for
it.
Japan,
It's perfect.
Europe, and other regions at a later timing. It'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario
That's
in
fair.
action on the big screen.
Yeah.
But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie. First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please.
I'm sorry. Am I watching BoJack Horseman? Am I watching?
It's a parody.
Am I watching some TV show where somebody finds out they're doing a movie based on their life and they're like hiring? This is so fucking wild.
Chris Pratt. Yeah, Mario will be talking a lot. I don't know why.
Mario,
Miyamoto said that.
traditionally known for talking a lot.
He really did say that. He says that in the announcement. And Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
Now,
And that might have also been like a translation thing of like that being more of a sentence to say
well,
in Japanese.
I think they're pretty crack on with their translations. I
don't think it was an incorrect translation.
No,
I think it was just a differentiation in like speech patterns and language.
I think it's just like we're not used to Mario talking a lot.
Yes.
And so like there are
gonna be
two
talking a lot.
There are two things that are
we will
interesting.
show the whole cast.
There-
Be patient.
This is
It's a commentary show.
so ridiculous for two reasons. Like, okay, so Chris Pratt's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna do a Chris Pratt voice, which just sounds like a guy, or he's going to do his impression of Charles Martinet doing Mario.
No!
In which case, why are you hiring Chris Pratt? Also, is this the most fun picture of Chris Pratt you could find?
I agree. Tom Biden in the live studio audience said it looks like an obituary.
This is Chris Pratt doing his I'm gonna be Clint Eastwood when I'm older because I'm Republican and weird. Which is another thing. We're not big Chris Pratt people in this house.
We are not Chris Pratt fans in this house.
It's so strange to go with Chris Pratt.
Right. Why are you hiring Chris Pratt? Why?
I just could have been. Now, the rest of this cast, though.
The rest of the cast slaps, but they opened up with starring Crispy Rat.
I did a literal spit take, Saige.
Yeah.
I was like, literally, I was doing some stuff around the house, and I was like, and then I saw this, and I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
There's not one logical reason for this. And it's like, well, they just wanted an A-list star.
There are so many.
They're Nintendo. They can get A-list stars.
There are so many.
Okay,
Who's not going to want to be Mario in the animated movie? That's huge. That's a huge gig.
I would love to know from y'all who you think it should have been.
Literally anyone.
Because that's the thing, is I look at this and I'm so overwhelmed by the fact that it could have been anyone else that I'm like, I can't decide on who it should have been. Mm-hmm. It could have been anyone other than Crispy Rat.
It's so weird. Yeah, listen, if we don't have the science and technology to bring back Bob Hoskins, why are we doing this? Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Let's look forward to Mario as performed by the very talented Chris-san. Next,
All right.
Princess Peach will
Sure.
be played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
Here are
can't
two
wait to
things
see
I
it.
like about that. Number one, this probably means we're not just getting the super sweet saccharine Princess Peach.
You're probably getting sassy Princess
We're probably
Peach.
getting
That's
a little-
exactly what I got from this as well.
A little bit of sassiness from it.
Yeah.
Number two, hey, we have the lead in an animated film, and it's not Haley Steinfeld, everybody. Turns
No
out,
issue with Haley Steinfeld. She's
no issue.
She's just everywhere. Right?
But there are more women than that
there are.
for animated films.
Right.
Very
I love
spirited
this.
Princess Peach.
I love this.
Mario's little brother,
Listen.
Luigi.
Listen, this one right here.
This is awesome.
This one right here.
This is excellent.
Listen, in my dreams, I always wanted to be Luigi in the Mario movie, but I'll tell you what. This is actually better. This is better than my dream. I dreamed this for him.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Very good.
This is perfect.
You think about the listen, you think about the nervous, anxious Luigi that we've gotten in 3D.
Uh-huh.
And goddamn,
Perfect.
that's so good.
Will be played
Charlie
by
Day's Luigi
Day.
should be the whole movie. I agree.
I'm
By
excited
Serial.
for you to see this timid
Now-
sibling appear on screen.
I've heard
Bowser will
We'll
be
talk.
played by the
Hell
one
yeah.
and
They've
only
got Jack Black as
I'm expecting
Bowser.
a monster
Fuck
performance.
yeah.
I would not have, but now that it is,
Of course.
of course.
Now that it is, of course. Also, we're seeing a lot of hype for people want Danny DeVito as Mario.
I mean, since back in the day, people
Right.
are like,
My
where's
only
Danny
thought
DeVito?
is, does he sound a little too mature at this point
I mean,
to go along with a cast of like Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach? He might sound a little bit too old.
yeah, who knows?
I don't know. He's also a voice actor, and voice actors can, obviously play much younger characters.
By Jackson. The comedian Keegan-Michael Key will
That's
be playing
awesome.
Toad.
I
I'm
approve.
looking
I
forward to great
absolutely
comedic
approve.
moments.
I think about
Another thing that I never would have thought of.
no, but I think about. Let's go back before we do that. I think about when Keegan-Michael Key hits that high register in
Yeah.
Key and Peele when he's really nervous,
Right.
Or even like when he's doing the substitute teacher and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, come on, Ron. Like that sort of voice that he does.
Yeah.
That's gonna be very good for Toad.
I think that's going to be great.
He's amazing.
The comedian Keegan-Michael Key will be playing
Right.
Toad.
Yeah, great.
I'm looking forward to great comedic moments. Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, it's a good fit, but number two, welcome to the Nintendo Cinematic Animated Universe.
Yeah.
If Donkey Kong is in this movie, there's a Donkey Kong Country movie coming next.
I think so too.
Absolutely. We already know that the expansion to the theme parks, we've heard so many times they are working on Donkey Kong Country as the first expansion for the Nintendo theme parks.
Yes.
Donkey Kong, after the Mario characters, is the most recognizable Nintendo character, which is a problem because it's Zelda's 35th anniversary. Why didn't you celebrate it, you fucking cowards? But this is the beginning of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
I can see it. I land in a weird place about Seth Rogen. I'm not the biggest Seth Rogen fan.
Mm-hmm.
I land in a weird place about Seth Rogen due to his circle and his community and his enabling of problematic and dangerous people.
Sure.
He has spoken out, of course, against them, but
Yeah.
it's, there's a weird comedy boys club in Hollywood that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, do we just keep giving everything to the comedy boys club?
Now,
Of those comedy boys?
And like you said,
All those comedy white guys?
he has sort of stopped working with a lot of them, including Franco.
But it was really late. The problem is it was really late, and it wasn't until the media knew. And he clearly knew. I mean, the media had to push. We've known for years, and he stopped working with him, like, recently.
Sure. But, hopefully he is learning and growing. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm not a fan of the comedy boys club
Sure.
that are in everything.
Sure.
He
I
will
think
be
that we
played by
could
Seth
probably move on.
Rogen. I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth's son.
But yeah, I do agree. I think there will be a DK movie.
And of course, Charles Martinet,
Charles
who
Martinet.
has voiced Mario and many
Now-
more Nintendo characters.
They had to include this, obviously, because from the moment they announce Chris Pratt as Mario,
Like, excuse me.
where is Charles Martinet?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can understand not wanting Charles Martinet's traditional Mario voice for 2 hours. It's meant to be heard in tiny bursts of high energy.
Yeah, but I believe he could soften it.
He could, but also, listen,
I mean, it's the things that we see, the same thing that happened with
Ben
Sonic.
Schwartz. Yeah, I mean, look, when they're doing a movie, they're doing a movie. And this is the way it is, and maybe it's not the coolest.
Right.
But they did say that he is going to be playing multiple roles in the movie. Does this mean Waluigi in Smash and the movie? Could be a big year for Waluigi.
Now, I'd like to talk to all of you BBs about my Twitter mentions yesterday. Because you know what you did. Every publication put out a tweet that was like, who do we think is playing Waluigi? Or who was your pick for Waluigi? Got a lot of tweets yesterday.
I mean, I think that's great. You got that heat behind you. Look, you didn't get it, maybe by the time the sequel comes out, the campaign will have reached the right people in the right ears, and you can be the bad Luigi. Just like you were born to be.
Y'all, the amount of tweets that I got yesterday. Thank you. I'm
People just want success for you.
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
They want success for you. They want a bounty for you. You know what I mean? They want your blessings to be plentiful.
The Smosh social team has done me so dirty. I love you guys.
Some final announcements here, which I think are lovely. Fred Armisen is going to be Cranky Kong.
Cute.
Which is good. Kevin Michael Richards. Okay, everybody, just dismiss. Kevin Michael Richardson is going to be Kamek. And then Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be Spike. Spike's going to have a voice.
All right.
Which is fun. His hair kind of looks like Spike's hair with the little blue.
I could see it.
But yeah, when you've got Fred Armisen and Seth Rogen, you're staffing up. You're staffing up for a Donkey Kong movie.
I agree.
This was a big Nintendo Direct.
This was a big Nintendo Direct, and it literally took up the time of the entire show today.
Now, there was no Zelda, obviously. There was no Breath of the Wild.
Right. There was no Breath of the Wild 2. We got some Zelda, but not.
Yeah, there was no Breath of the Wild 2. I would love to hear a little bit more on what the pricing structure is going to be for this virtual console stuff, because they told us, I mean, we already know the controllers are going to be $44.99.
Right.
Tell us how much it's going to be for the service if you've already priced the controllers.
Yep.
Kind of interesting. But big announcements. And overall, I'm very happy.
I think it was an excellent Nintendo Direct. I was 100% the whole time, like, squealing. And that's an effective Nintendo Direct. That means.
Absolutely.
That's the reaction I should have to a Nintendo Direct. And I did. And that was wonderful.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. We really did do up a whole show just on this Nintendo Direct.
We did. And that's okay. We got Doctor Who news in the beginning. That's why we got it out of the way first, because I knew we were going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Do we have other things to talk about? Yeah, we do. But you know what that means?
Going to the
Friday.
Patreon.
It's going to the Patreon. We got stuff to talk about on Patreon. We, of course, do a bonus clip for you every show week. So if you want to head over there, that starts at $5 a month. Patreon starts at $3, but getting these bonus clips every week starts at $5 a month. And we always record just like something we didn't get to talk about, a fun, goofy little side story.
Yeah.
Support us over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So please go support us over there. Remember, if you, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, that's totally fine. There are other ways to support the show. You can head over to the Discord and just join up, be part of the family.
Of course, it's free. You can suggest stories over there. We pull from there sometimes.
It's free real estate, baby.
It is.
Of course, you can always subscribe, donate, follow over here, and we do want to give a big thank you to everybody who did that today.
Just by showing up for our show, you have already done the best thing that you can do. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and thank. Let's do our BBs on a roll.
Sure. Flannel Fries, thanks for $5. Y'all are styling. I need more spooky button-ups and flannel cardigans in my life. Go get a snack. Good show. High five. This is a shirt specifically about being tired and eating junk food for breakfast.
But a little spooky.
But a little spooky because it's all dead tired and like Z's coming out of a coffin and then like breakfast burritos. It's a good shirt. Boltzmann 5554, thank you for the follow. Mike Goochman Twitch with the gift subs. Bradley Lewis 02, Vengeful Anatomy, and Tricks and Pebbles, thank you for the follows. That one Moon Kid, thank you for the $25 tip. Old Thumbs, Dry Bones 271, Greer Galloway, and Revelry, thank you for the follows. Soul Reaper Flores with the resub for 3 months. How are you two doing? Pretty good.
Pretty swell.
Pretty good. Thank you for asking. Miss Bronwyn with the follow. Lexia, who smiles at death, the proud owner of a new Google Stadia, has tipped $10. Thank you for that. Righty and M with a 10-month sub saying 10 joyous months of pickle. 54 Aquasnakes with 500 bits. Tiny Hermione, thank you for the follow. Tianmar with 100 bits. The Ass Captain, thank you for the follow. And I love your name. Dweeb Laws, thank you for the gift subs. QZ Kills, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, everybody. And like we said, maybe you already follow, maybe you already sub, maybe you've already donated, maybe you're not interested in doing any of those things. Thank you for watching. That's most important. And if you are so inclined, we'd love it if you shared the show and everything we do here at Pixel Circus with people that you know.
Yeah, and if you're watching live, this show goes up on YouTube as well right after the show, every single show day. So if you miss it, if 8 a.m. strikes a little too early for you sometime, know that you can always catch up. Go ahead and subscribe to the Pixel Circus YouTube channel so you have that right there in your sub box. Anthony, where can they follow you on the internet?
Oh, my stars and garters. You can find me everywhere online at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. And of course, because it's Friday, there is a new episode of my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata. We Have Concerns. Head to wehaveconcerns.com. Every week, Jeff and I pick science stories, surprise each other with them, and then explain them and why they are terrifying or wonderful. It's completely improvised, and we love it. Wehaveconcerns.com. Saige, what's your life?
What is my life? You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream over on my channel. I will be live tomorrow with a community day. We're building out a giant park in Minecraft to fight each other in.
Nice.
To brawl. I'm
Super Minecraft Brawl. Ultimate.
I'm very close to 20K on Twitter. So if you want to go follow me on Twitter, that's cool.
I'm very close to 20K on Instagram. We have swapsies.
Yeah, we do.
So if you would follow me on Instagram and Saige on Twitter today, that'd be great.
Cool.
That'd be super great.
You can find me over on Smosh Games on Monday, of course, for Board AF. You can find me all over the internet. I'm around so much.
So much. We are not around for Failed Save tonight. Of course, we are on break. But I'll be streaming this afternoon just because what else am I going to do on a Friday? I'm so used to it.
Failed Save already.
I miss it too. We'll be back soon.
We'll be back soon. It is not the end of the show, but it was the end of the campaign, and you do have time to then go catch up if you haven't yet. That is our D&D 5e campaign, and it is, in my opinion, pretty fucking good.
It's so good. You can. This is
a lot of fun.
This is the perfect time to catch up with it. It's podcast. You can get it in podcast form. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on VODs here. Vince Casso, who is our DM, puts together such a lovely story and rolls so wonderfully with all of our bullshit. And he is working hard on the next campaign, which is why we're taking a break. But in the meantime, if you've been thinking every week, oh, they mentioned that D&D show, but it's just, I don't have the time, and I don't know when to...
Do it on your own time now.
Now you can start, and please do.
It's also available in podcast form. You're all wonderful. We love you very much. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you over on Patreon. Bye, babies.
Bye, babies.